What up, world? It's your boy Jaystar back again with another video. You already know it's the video everybody waits for, man. Friday with the full strategy slate video for the week 3 slate, man. Man, I'm so excited for this week, y'all. Like I told you, haven't been playing, super big yet, for, most of these slates because I'm trying to get a feel of how to play them, man, and so I can really win big, and man, I feel like I learned a lot from the first 2 weeks. And basically, like, now I'm able to really help y'all all out, man, with winning this week, man. Because I know a lot of y'all been struggling too, with these weeks, man. It's been crazy, trying to get the balance of when to pick all the right running backs, when to load up on receiver heavy, things like that, what games to really be trying to stack. And man, I'm telling you, this is the video you're going to want to watch, man. Like, this is the video you're going to want to watch because like I said, like just learning so much, man. And I'm about to get into it though with, how to fully attack this slate, this week, man. You know how I do it. I go through defenses and stuff like that, offensive schemes, but I also have to add now after learning from what happened last week where I messed up on not paying attention to who was injured. I was able to kind of bounce back on Monday night though and hit on those injuries and things like that with picking up Stephon Diggs and stuff like that. But this week right here, man, I had to go through injuries because I'm like, it's a lot of you know, people being out and stuff like that, and it makes a big difference, man, to who, how well a quarterback's going to be able to play and how well his receivers are going to be able to play. So I'm gonna, go through the schemes like I always do, strategy and things like that, and telling you who's the best picks and who's the best, what I want to say, stacks and things like that by each game, like I always do. So that way, it don't matter what quarterback you have a hunch for that could do well. I try to make sure I tell you who has the best matchups to be able to stack with him. So that way, you don't hit on landmines and things like that. But as well as the games that I know that's injuries or something like that is in there, I'm gonna let y'all know that too as well. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it here. Make sure we on the first right game here. Looks like Baltimore versus the Patriots. So we got Lamar Jackson and we have Mac Jones. So these defenses here, I believe they both are 3-4 defenses here. So should be a lot of passing, I would feel like, in this game because of that. Like let's see if Dobbins is gonna be finally going. Gotta look into this because I feel like if he does finally get to play, they are going to finally run the ball a little bit more. And I do expect him to be able to do well in that game if he does be able to play, and be healthy and stuff like that. I might say, Damian Harris is in play too as well. If his attempts stay up, if it can stay at the 15s and 20s and stuff like that, could be in play too for like a goal line rushing or something like that. But at receiver though wise of this game, I will have to say I believe there's an injury in this game. Let me just make sure. Do I have an injury report for this game? Oh, I know what it is. Marcus Peters is limited. Yeah, he was limited, but they said it was just resting for him. But Humphrey still has the groin injury. So we got to monitor that because definitely Myers is in play too if he can just be healthy enough to play this game. Definitely in play for 5,000. Should be able to have a big game too for 5,000 for him. I expect him to be trying to hit him a lot, just the way we kind of saw what Waddle did, but I don't know, production wise of Myers compared to what Waddle is, the speed, 4.3 speed makes a big difference. But he does get a lot of targets over here, 6 and 13, man. So near 20 targets in 2 weeks. And I expect him to be able to have a good game if he's able to go. And then on the other side, Bateman is definitely in play, still. But the better matchup, I would have to say, let's see, if Jalen Mills is out, Bateman is big time in play. So that's another injury report to monitor. Jalen Mills is going to be out. Bateman is going to be huge in play. So for 5,700, if you want to stack him with Lamar, you definitely can. But also big play is going to be Mark Andrews for sure. So want to put Mark Andrews in again, definitely can run him back. I definitely had to put in a Lamar lineup, for sure. This because I think I kind of been fading him. I think I might have had him one time last week, but I think I faded him the first week. And, just forgetting that, like he is really showing that contract and stuff like that. He's trying to prove to the world that, he's an elite quarterback. Like he can throw the ball, throw 3 touchdowns a game, throw over 300 yards every game, and rush the ball if he has to. Just trying to show that he can do it all. So I'm not gonna ever miss out on not taking him, no matter what defense he's going against, really. So, but we're gonna move on from there, and go into this Kansas City Chiefs and the Colts game right here. So we got 2-4-3 defenses right here, and best matchups will be. It really bodes well for Matt Ryan's side because you need to establish the run and create big plays. Pat Mahomes, running backs. I mean, I've seen them kind of using CEH, but 8 attempts, 7 attempts, not really, So he's been getting real good production in the past, and so, but he is their main running back, so he's still in play. It's just that it just definitely bodes well for Jonathan Taylor, man. This is establishing the run. Like, they're going to get back to establishing the run. Now that Michael Pittman is back, also their rookie Alec Pierce is back at receiver. At least they just got that, they got back all their weapons at receiver, because last week I kind of knew I did not want them as soon as I saw that their weapons was gone, man, for him to attack the passing game of that game. So I didn't want Matt Ryan at all. I didn't even want Jonathan Taylor. So, but this game here, man, I know they're going to be able to attack the run. They're going to establish the run. They are at home. I feel like Jonathan Taylor plays really well in domes, like that. So, definitely, I feel like he's going to be a lot faster. He's going to be a part of the offense more. I think they'll get back to about a 20-something, attempts, and I think he might be in the passing game as well in this game, just because it's Kansas City. You're going to have to score the ball, and then, on the receiver side of this game, definitely Michael Pittman is big in play, y'all. Big in play. Like, running back. Sorry about that for the sound in the background. But yeah, running back and wide receiver is big in play for this game right here. It's gonna be like, man, I can literally see these two having a 40 to 30 fantasy point game with Jonathan Taylor and Pittman in this game, like easily, because it's just the pressure that they're going to be in to have to score at least about 4 touchdowns in this game. So in the 4 touchdowns, I just feel like 2 of them each will go to these two when it comes to Pittman and it comes to Jonathan Taylor. So it's going to be crazy, to not try to have this type of stack at least in. Running back on the other side, from the other side of this game, definitely to me, biggest play is all the big plays so far to me that I've seen is Kelsey. So look at it, long catches right here. He's the deep route receiver, basically. He's not just a tight end for them. He's their deep play receiver. So, and since the Colts don't do well against tight ends so far, they're just giving up to tight end. I could just see Kelsey, man, having a big game on the run back of this game as well. So, sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, that's the full stack for that. Because the receiver wise of Pat Mahomes, I don't really see nobody else like that I would want to run back in from that area. The other receivers, since Michael Pittman is back too for the Colts, I really want anybody from that as well. I thought about picking Sky Moore though. I won't lie, I did think about him if Hardman was gonna be out, but it looks like he's ready to go now instead. So I don't really want him anymore. So that's about it there. We move on to this next game here. Got the Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. I believe there's an injury report here. Let me check real quick with my notes. And yeah, we got one slot cornerback for the Saints. It's questionable there. And then also with the Panthers, oh yeah, we got Dante Jackson too. Okay. Yeah, so we got 2 cornerbacks on each side. Hamstring injury there. So gotta monitor these cornerbacks, because if they are really out, Jamie, let's see what's up the questionable for Jamie here. It's just the back still, so he'll probably be ready to go. If those cornerbacks is out, then it's going to be DJ Moore on this side to stack with Baker Mayfield, and then it's going to be Michael Thomas or or Chris Olave, because he was doing all the deep routes, as you've seen what we got here. Long of 51 yards, wow, and then 20 yards. Yeah, he's doing all the deep plays. So if the cornerback is going to be out for the Panthers, expect the deep plays to really come through this week for Chris Olave. But as well, I would say Michael Thomas is still, able to be, able to take him as well. I don't really mind. I don't really want to take these tight ends here on this game, but and always still Christian McCaffrey is, definitely a pick if they're gonna finally get his freaking targets up, though. I swear, because like these. Right here, this 5 and 5, man, we're not used to this, man. We're used to 8 to 10 targets for Christian McCaffrey. So it's kind of like me. I haven't really been playing him because I've seen that, they're not targeting him enough. And then the rush did go up, got a 5 extra attempts here. But I really would rather him be, I would rather have the targets because he just does better with, receptions. Like, like his yards could be like 100 yards over here if he could just get about 8 to 10 targets. But it's cool to see him get over 100 yards. He probably can do that again. I know it's hard against the Saints, but I expect them to probably dump the ball off to him more in this game. So he might, be big in play, because if he does get that ball dumped to him, he can go for 30-something fantasy easily. So he's definitely in play there. And Kamara, if Kamara was playing, I would say he would be, big in play, because they really needed him. They needed him bad the last game against the Bucks. So hopefully he comes back and he is able to play. If not, then yeah, I don't really want nothing of the run game here. And then we're going to keep it moving here to the Houston-Chicago game. I believe this one has an injury report. Let me check real quick. The Houston, no, I could have swore Chicago. Yeah, Chicago, yeah. I think it's the Johnson, I think it's Jalen Johnson or whatever. Their cornerback might be out. He was limited participant, so got to watch out for that, because if he is out, then, we're going to say Davis Mills is going to be with Brandon Cooks for sure. I mean, he already been targeting him like crazy. It could be a Brandon Cooks game if Johnson is out of this game, but he was limited participant, so he probably ends up playing still. But on the other side of this game, I have to say, also though, I feel like too, I want to say for running backs, both running backs is in play to me in this game. Both teams need to establish the run to be able to hit a big play. And so definitely, I feel like they're both going to try at least to do that. And definitely the deep threats are both in play in this game. And they're both pretty cheap too. So I expect Mooney to finally have a good game. I expect him to have way more targets in this game. I really expect him to get to about 8 targets. I feel like certain teams, when they get those matchups like Houston and stuff like that, they try to, it's like practice kind of, like they trying to really hit on things that they don't usually do and have their career games and stuff like that against those type of teams. Being that he has a rookie on one side for cornerbacks against Houston that he has to go against, I feel like he's going to try to take advantage of him, on a deep route. Could be over 100 yards for Mooney in this game, so I definitely feel like he's in play. Other than that, I don't really want to pick the tight ends this week, especially since one of them is out too. I mean, I know that means, Komet probably full time, full go. So I would say, he could be in play though. Could be in play because his backup is out. So more targets will be, narrowed down to him, as well as Brevin Jordan here is out too. So maybe, OJ Howard, since if Pharaoh Brown and all of them are out, matter of fact, wow, that's a good value play. I didn't even notice that one. Shoulder listed, questionable. Okay, but full practice, okay, Friday. So even though, like, who knows, man, like OJ Howard could be in play for 2,700, man, be able to make you, get a bigger receivers and stuff like that, or running back plays, man, if you play 2,700 OJ Howard in this game, because if he ends up being the starter, tight end in this game, and Pharaoh Brown ends up coming in just a block, then yeah, he's going to run all the routes. So I definitely see for 2,700, that's a good play. And I'm going to keep it moving here. We got Buffalo, Miami. This game right here, my God. A lot of news to, I think, report in this game. So let's see the notes here. I got Bills. Oh my God. Yeah, this was the game. So I missed out on this game last week because of injuries at cornerback. And I have to tell y'all, man, Buffalo has injuries at cornerback. So that's going to be huge. So Tua is definitely in play again for a huge game. He is at home. Buffalo defense is tough, but man, they having a lot of injuries for cornerbacks, and what's really sad to say, because I mean, like, I expected to be able to pick Buffalo's defense, and I know I'm sure a lot of people are picking Buffalo's defense, but this is a rivalry, and they are on the road, so they are going to have the line and things like that, and their linebacker plays will be there. But at cornerback, man, they're going to have two rookie cornerbacks. And they're both out wide. So we got left side and right side cornerback out wide. That lines up with Tyreek Hill. So, like, Tyreek Hill should be able to go off still in this game, y'all. So, I just don't see how two rookie cornerbacks is going to be able to keep up with him. Like, we saw two veterans last week, and they couldn't even. They was communicating on defense. And I just don't know how two rookies are going to be able to do it, man. Like, I do know they got good safety help and stuff like that with Micah Hyde and another, I believe, Pro Bowl safety back there too next to him. But the double coverage, I mean, all that means is that if you're going to end up doubling Tyreek, then Waddle will be matched up with one of those cornerbacks as well. So it could be a double stack here. On the other side too as well, though, we got I think we have an injury. Yeah, Xavian Howard has a groin injury, and so he's questionable to play. And if he doesn't play, then definitely I think firing up Stephon Diggs, or if Gabe Davis is able to go in this game, then Gabe Davis will be in play big for a big game too as well. So if all those cornerbacks is out, man, this is going to be a full stackable game right here. So I just want to let y'all know, because both quarterbacks will be in play, man, for big games, huge games. All their receivers basically are in play. Also, though, I will say, if Knox is able to go, he's definitely in play too as well. Not really thinking about the running backs in this game, because both of these quarterbacks kind of can run too, so they kind of take that up. And if they already know that cornerbacks is gonna be out, it's gonna be blood in the water, man. And they're gonna be firing like crazy. They already ready for a big game. It's supposed to be a high scoring game, anyways. And these cornerbacks is out, expected to be a even bigger fantasy game than probably what it was last week, man. It's crazy. So can't miss out on that. I'm stacking that game up. But let's go on to the next game here. We got Detroit and Minnesota. And we have Cousins versus Goff. I think it's an injury report here too as well. Let me see. Harrison Smith is out for the Vikings. So that's huge. For a safety to be out, that means the deep shots is going to be there for Goff. Also, we got to look at if Hutchinson is going to be out, because the pressure won't probably be there against Cousins if they don't have him. He was limping the whole entire game last week, so he is questionable, but I think he probably will try to push through, because he knows it's such a big game. It's a rivalry game and everything, but if he isn't there, then Cousins is going to have a lot of time in the pocket. It's going to set up big plays. So definitely that's going to bode well for Jefferson. And then also I still believe, St. Brown for the deep shots that he's been getting already, with Harrison Smith not being back there in the backfield. And safeties usually, they do have a cornerback that usually sticks them at the beginning, but if they get deep down the field, then it's on the safety to do that. And so with these 49 and 29 yard, long passes and stuff like that, he's going to be huge in play for one of those type of plays, and maybe two of those type of plays, man, if the defense breaks down and doesn't have good communication. Plus, I don't even trust the Vikings cornerbacks anyway, so I expect, St. Brown to have a big game. But also I would say too, DJ Chark, because I do see they trying to hit him on deep plays too. He had a long, and at least in the first game, they just missed him, 4 times. So he still definitely will be in play. But at tight end, also, if Hockenson is able to go, both of these tight ends, matter of fact, are both in play in this game, though. So if you want to take the savings here at 3,100 and take Irv Smith, he's definitely in play. Looks like last week he was able to pick up more of the offensive scheme and was definitely high in play for, snap counts, stuff like that, and targets of being 8. So that's definitely a good play. But I've been waiting for Hockenson to get off, and 7 targets both games, like without no Harrison Smith to really stick him. If he goes deep, down the field, I expect him to be able to hit on like a 30-yard or something like that, maybe be a touchdown, especially in the end zone and stuff like that too, and get him in a touchdown finally. So if he's able to go, he's definitely going to be in play to stack with what I want to say, Goff as well. So Cousins is going to be Jefferson, and Irv Smith is what I would say. Also, I know Dalvin Cook is in play if they can finally establish the run here. So let's keep it moving here. Next game we have is Cincinnati and the Jets. So over here we got Joe Burrow and Flacco. I believe both of these teams play a 4-3 defense. Yeah, so both of these teams are going to need to establish the run to be able to hit on these deep shot players that they have. I know for sure Joe Burrow, man, going 0-3, like I just, man, I want to say it can happen, but the line is not protecting him, man. So it's I don't know, man. It's just hard, man, because I can see this game being that the Jets play, I believe, they're first in pace, y'all. So this could be a crazy great game for Joe Burrow. Like, this could be, let's see, how many times he throwing the ball? Yeah, like 36 attempts, 53 attempts. Wow, yeah, I know that game went in overtime, but goodness gracious. So this could be a 400-yard game or something for Joe Burrow, especially since they got to be mad. The Super Bowl curse is happening, the hangover and everything is really happening to him right now. But I just, man, against the Jets, if the Jets is going to play as fast as they play, like I say, first in pace, you're going to give multiple opportunities to Joe Burrow. I just don't think he's going to get sacked every time, right? Like, the line is going to, protect him at some point, right? But at the other end of that is just that, Joe Mixon they have to establish some run. And it's just if they do, though, if somehow Joe Mixon is able to run for 100 yards, get a touchdown, both of his receivers are going to be in play, man. This is like a double stat with the running back and the quarterback. Like they can go off. Like we've seen it happen to the Jets. I want to say about 2 years ago with Pat Mahomes, where it was Pat Mahomes running back, I believe both his receivers, but it was of course Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. But it's the deep. It was all about the deep route, players. So I mean, like easily Chase and Higgins is those players on this team, and it's just gonna be like. And I remember it was like a cheap run back, and it was a rookie. So in that lineup, and it won $1 million. So like Garrett Wilson on the other end for a rookie going, as a run back, and he's their deep shot player to me right now. And I feel like he found himself in this second game, man. He already had a nice little decent game for his first game against Baltimore, and to have a amazing game and 2 touchdowns with 14 targets, like definitely could be a nice run back. Even if you want to kind of skinny stack this and just take Chase or take Higgins and run back Garrett Wilson, I mean, I feel like those are all in play, man, for this game. At tight end, Conklin, I mean, since Uzama is still questionable, should be the only tight end out there. Definitely Conklin's in play. I really wouldn't want to touch the other side tight end here with Hurst. But yeah, this game can either go real bad for Joe Burrow, he barely pulls out the win with some field goals or something like that, or this could be a crazy big explosion game. And also, if Joe Flacco plays like Joe Flacco did last game, he could be in play too as well as a run back there. So we don't keep it moving here. We got the Vegas Raiders versus the Tennessee Titans. My God, man, Tannehill, man. I mean, his passing is gonna have to go up, man. He's gonna have to be able to pass the ball, especially in this game. Both these teams, 3-4 defenses, they're both gonna probably pass the ball and then establish the run later, or establish the run as they get to the goal line. So Henry is definitely in play because I know they're gonna run the ball, and especially I know they're gonna run it if they get down into the red zone and stuff like that multiple times. So he could be in play for 2 touchdowns this game. Could also be in play for 100 yards in this game. So I definitely got to watch out for Henry going off for this week. And also, but at receivers, with Renfro being out, man, Devontae Adams is going to be huge in play, yo, because Devontae was already moving into the slot and taking up most of Renfro's snap counts already. They was already saying he was like taking up his position, really. And I expect his targets to go back up in this game, especially since Renfro is out. Like, who are they going to trust really more at receiver other than Mac Hollins? Mac Hollins showed that they'll put him out wide and they'll definitely take targets his way. I know if they, Tyron Johnson's going to get involved and he'll be in there for deep plays and stuff like that. So they'll definitely take a shot deep for, Tyron Johnson. Keelan Cole, I don't really want to put a backup in, but since Tyron Johnson is there, and I'm sure he'll just fill in the role. But Devontae Adams will probably fill up in the slot, man, and move in or out in this game. And we already saw what Stephon Diggs was able to do against Tennessee. But also that was because Christian Fulton was out. He still had a limited practice at cornerback for them. And so if he's out, Devontae and I want to say Mac Hollins is a good play, like a real good play. So to stack with Carr. On the other end, Tannehill is going to, definitely have to throw the ball, man. So I think Treylon Burks, since he's playing in the slot, his target should go up in this game. Should be about 8. I would, man. He could surprisingly get a double-digit targets really, because they're gonna really need to establish some type of passing game, like for real. So, and it doesn't seem like the Woods is being used the way I thought Woods was gonna be used. So I would rather take the rookie receiver and Treylon Burks here. His biggest thing though is staying out on the field, because I do see he's kind of like, they said he had conditioning problems and he keeps coming out. I see like after a certain like one play or so, big play, things like that. He needs to be able to stay in the game longer, so that way he can get you good fantasy. But at tight end, Waller is still of course in play in here, but just not as much as receivers are, because of the fact that, like I said, if the cornerbacks is hurt, it's definitely gonna be Carr hitting Devontae Adams, Mac Hollins, even Tyron Johnson could be in play for 3,000. So let's keep it moving here. We got Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Excuse me, y'all. We have, let's see, Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz, and let me see. I think they're both going against 4-3 defenses here. The only thing is, one of these defense has a big weakness, and it's the Commanders. Their 4-3 defense is cool, but it's like, sorry, y'all. We have the slot, man. The slot is getting ate up, like bad. Like, so AJ Brown was moving into the slot, from the first game and the second game, I saw him move in. But who I saw the last game was Devontae Smith got in there. I feel like he kind of got in there a little bit more than AJ Brown. So I will say though, still at the end of the day, we know AJ Brown is their big target receiver, and so I would say it's still AJ Brown because of that. Like we see 54 yards long, 23 yards long. So all the deep routes, like even if he moves into the slot, I feel like will probably be for him to catch a deep pass against him. Plus his targets are still higher than Devontae Smith, but the route running ability of Devontae Smith definitely has him in play here, man, because he can also go for 100 yards here in this game too as well. So if you are trying to stack up Hurts, man, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, big in play for that side because the slot is where they're gonna attack it, and it should be easy, man. We already saw St. Brown, Christian Kirk, all went off in the slot against this team. So as a run back here though, when I'm looking at Carson Wentz and looking at stack on his side, if he can probably dump some passes off to Gibson, he's definitely still in play. Also, I wanted to say, my bad, Miles Sanders is in play too as well at running back over there, just because they could get to the goal line multiple times. And then I want to say Curtis Samuel's been balling. I think I don't know what it is. The plays they're running for him are just really good plays, man. They're getting the ball out with space and getting him the ball a lot. It's a high volume here, so he's definitely in play, even as a run back or just a stack with Carson Wentz. Also big in play here would be Logan Thomas for me. I really like him in this game just because the Eagles usually have always kind of been bad against tight ends. So definitely feel like he's big in play. At receiver, man, this is a hard matchup for receivers, man. Both sides, Bradbury and then Slay on each end to stick these two receivers. I would have to say though, if I was to go with one of these receivers though, it'd be Dotson, just because he seems like he catches contested catches very well. And there's going to be, as you saw what happened with Kirk Cousins throwing to Jefferson and also throwing to Thielen, those passes was so contested, you're going to need a receiver that got good hands. And I just feel like Dotson probably is the better hands here. For 4,600, definitely could pay off. Should be it should be a game where they're going to have to score, man, to be able to keep up with Philly, because I just think it'll be easier for Philly side to be able to score on them. And also Dallas Goedert is in play still too here, but just maybe not as high as the AJ Brown and Devontae Smith is. And then I would say like Sanders and stuff like that. And so we're going to keep it moving here. We got Jacksonville and the Chargers. Let me see. Is there any injuries to report here on this game? I think it is. Oh, yeah, it's a huge injury. Oh, yeah. J.C. Jackson is doubtful, y'all. So, oh, my God. Yeah, so these are 2, 3, 4 defenses here. Also, we got Herbert. That's, to me, I feel like he's going to be doubtful. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see him playing if he had a rib injury like that. And they talking about that's actually a fracture or something like that too as well. So I just don't see them throwing him out there after just 1 week. But if he does try to push through, then yeah, for in play would be definitely Eckler. If Keenan Allen can actually get going and get out there to play, he's definitely going to be in play for 6,500 on that side. I don't think there's any other injuries for there's no injuries for the Jacksonville side. So, but Keenan Allen will definitely be in play. If not, then fire up DeAndre Carter again for 4,200, and then tight end Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett, man, he's definitely gonna be in play. On the other side here though, because if there's no J.C. Jackson, oh my God, I don't really want to go with the running backs, but if I did have to pick a running back, it would be Robinson here, since he's been the main running back. And then also, it would be for this side is definitely Christian Kirk again, man. Christian Kirk should have a good game because no J.C. Jackson. And I know he's out wide, so you can also say Marvin Jones or Zay Jones could be in play. But it just feels like all the big plays going to Christian Kirk. They're loading up all their plays. Like, look at this. Look, 26 long, 49-yard long play. Also had 2 touchdowns, man. They're looking for him as much as possible. And I feel like if there's no J.C. Jackson, they're going to attack. They're going to move him out wide, move him inside, just do everything. What you kind of saw what happened for Devontae Adams in the first game when there was no J.C. Jackson could definitely happen for Christian Kirk. So we could see a high 20-something fantasy point again for him, and he might actually have a bigger fantasy point game than even that. So he's definitely highly in play. And then also at tight end, man, you got to go with Evan Ingram here, man. 3,700. I feel like he's definitely in play after the type of game he had last week. With at least the targets wise, I expect him to be big in targets again for this game. They're going to need to spread the ball out a lot, and I can definitely see another 8 targets for him. Also, I would have to say, definitely, as a low defense here, man, come on now. Jaguars defense could be in play again if somehow Herbert cannot go. So definitely want to just mention that. And let's keep it moving here. We got Green Bay and Tampa Bay. This game, oh, God. My team, man, Packers, man. Saw a lot of questionables here in this game. Like, look at this. Look at this mess. This is ugly. Just ugly. Oh, God. But I would have to say, man, for both of these teams, I don't think they put in because we know, I don't know if everybody knows this, but Brady did get Beasley to sign with the team for this game, but doesn't look like they was able to put him on the slate. So because I know he probably will be attacking Beasley, trying to attack the slot and stuff like that, if he's picked up enough of the plays and stuff like that. If not, it's going to be like Scotty Miller or something like that. He usually loves going to Scotty Miller. With all these injuries, man, I kind of don't even want to play this game like at all. Like, I'm probably going to fade this, just to be real with y'all. But if I had to pick anybody, Fournette will be highly in play. Aaron Jones will be highly in play for a lot of just dumps and run attempts and things like that. I feel like they're going to be big in play with the fact that all these injuries to receivers. There is some value here, though, I would say, like, because, like I said, Scotty Miller should be in play. And then on the other end, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson are definitely still in play. I probably would want Romeo Doubs a little more, I think, I would say, since, we have some people that's out and Sammy Watkins, and I just feel like he's just a better route runner. And you need kind of route running to go against this type of defense and stuff like that. So I would say Romeo Doubs for 3,800. But it also, if Lazard ends up playing in the slot in this game, man, because if somehow Cobb is out, I see Lazard in the slot. And at what I believe he's 6'3", 6'4", or something like that in the slot, I feel like he's definitely big in play to be Rodgers' favorite target in this game. So definitely at 6,000 could come through. If not, both teams' tight ends should be used a lot in this game. Like, they're definitely gonna be used because they're the only ones too that's not injured. I expect them to be getting way more targets than whatever they have gotten in the first two games. Like, could be about 5 to 7 targets for each of these tight ends. Like 5 right here, like something like that to 7 targets, man. But like I said, be on the lookout if Cobb is not playing, because Lazard could be big in play to be in the slot. And that'll be one way to attack this game. But then let's keep it going here. And we have, oh man, this game right here. Oh my God. This game just got on radar, y'all. Big on radar here. I was not really focused on this game as much, but now that, like I said, I'm learning, man. Injuries. Injury report here. We have the injuries for the Rams. David Long, believe he's right side cornerback, is out. And then the Kobe Durant, I believe he plays the slot cornerback. He's out for the Rams. And this game is one of the fastest paced games, y'all. So this game just got big in play, man, because of that, because of those injuries. I believe, is there any injuries on the other side though? No, none on the other side of this game. I think so, but we already know the Arizona side has been already bad. Like, they're already giving so many like fantasy points to receivers, fantasy points to tight ends. So definitely both of these quarterbacks is in for big games, man. This could be a full stackable game, y'all. So just to go through the things that you can hit on here. Always running backs definitely going to be in play when you think of a game that's going to go, have a lot of fantasy points or just a lot of fantasy opportunities to score, in the end zone. So definitely both running backs are in play here with Connor if he's able to go. Game time decision. Okay, so if he doesn't go, then, you got a cheap running back then and Darrell Williams then that you could put in, because he was definitely the next back that I saw getting the most opportunities. And he also got a goal line run. Okay, so perfect. Also broke a big one of 30 yards. So definitely he will be in play big if Connor is out. Henderson definitely still in play this week. But at receivers, come on, Cooper Kupp definitely is going to be huge in play, moving in the slot, moving out of the slot. He hasn't failed yet, y'all. So, like, even at 9,900, man, and like I said, with the fact that there's so many injuries for the Rams side, I don't really feel like, they already shown they've been giving up receiver fantasy points crazy anyways, even with Jalen Ramsey and David Long and Kobe Durant being there. So it's like, with Kobe Durant and David Long being out, man, expect the Rams to have to put up a lot of points in Arizona, y'all, to be able to keep up. And that just means Cooper Kupp, Allen Robinson is okay. I don't really feel like he's the best play here with matchup wise here, but he's still in play. Like I said, multiple opportunities to score, so definitely he's in play there. And then on the other side, fire up Greg Dortch. Fire him up, y'all, because the slot cornerback is out and he's been playing in the slot. It's already been doing so well. The targets he's been getting to, I mean, even in 4 targets, he still didn't fail everybody. I feel like his targets goes back up in this game just because his matchup is going to be good. He should be able to get open. So could be, his biggest fantasy point game. And after that, I don't know if I'll be picking him after that because I don't know if he'll have the matchup, but I'm sure his price is going to go up like ridiculous. And so I don't know what the matchup will be for the next week after that though yet. So, but yeah, definitely fire up Dortch. And then also I think Marquise Brown is big in play, man. I could just see them moving him away from Jalen Ramsey in this game. Could also move him in and out with Dortch just so he can get that matchup in the slot too as well. But David Long being out, man, and I believe okay, so we got a second-year cornerback that's going to be matched up probably with him, which I definitely think he's going to attack him. He keeps getting all the targets anyways, like 11 targets, 6 targets, long, like deep shots too, man. They're going to him, and I could just definitely see him getting in the red zone, getting maybe could be 2 touchdowns in this game for him, man. He big in play, man, because the pace is going to be so fast for both of these teams. That just means multiple opportunities. And if you got a blood in the water on your side on the defense, man, going against Kyler Murray, man. Oh my God, man. Like I said, Kyler Murray stacks, load him up, man, because Greg Dortch, definitely Marquise Brown's gonna be in play. Also, he can throw in both tight ends, man. Both tight ends, because Zach Ertz, it seems like he got way more targets. Yeah, wow, 11 targets last game. I know it went in overtime, but still. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be in play, man. This I mean, with the fast pace, man, of this game, man, like I noticed something in the Thursday night game, man. It was about, I would say, 6 total opportunities, man. It was 3 opportunities each, and just in the first quarter for both of those teams to score. And that was actually only Pittsburgh was the fast-paced team, and of course Cleveland was slow. So, and they still both was able to get 3 opportunities each in one quarter, y'all. So when you're talking about 2 fast-paced teams that got weapons to actually score the ball on each other, and being that there's no, cornerbacks to stick some of these receivers on Kyler Murray's side, this could be Kyler Murray's best game, man. This could literally be Kyler Murray's week, like for real, to win $1 million or whatever you're gonna be in, man. Just wanted to let y'all know that, because this is a huge game, man. With those injuries, man, for the Rams. Whew, I just don't know how you don't have pieces from this game, man, and it's a late game too as well. So yeah, but all those players are in play, man, for this game, man. It's a full stackable game here. So let's keep it moving though. Got the last game of the slate here, y'all, and Mariota versus Geno Smith. Man, as soon as I looked at the slate, it was crazy how I kind of put my eyes to this game. Like I just kind of felt like it's 2 poor teams, but quarterbacks that you kind of want to prove themselves, really want to prove themselves. And I feel like they both have the weapons, excuse me, y'all, to attack these defenses. So, at running back, I don't really want to hit on the running backs. Like, I mean, you could take Cordell Patterson. I don't really think the Seattle side running backs are going to do much, unless they can get to the goal line multiple times. Maybe they do rush in a run with Rashad Penny. Let's see, is he running more? The rookie? No, he's not. Okay, great. Yeah, Rashad Penny for 4,900 though. Could come through, man, off of, if they get there multiple times, man, definitely could get a rushing touchdown. So, could be in play there. But like I said, I think when I look at this type of game, man, and I feel like as a quarterback, you gotta be like, man, this is my day. This could be my day, man. This could be a career game for me. Like going against Atlanta's defense, and I got DK and I got Lockett here. Both are big in play. To me, it's all about Geno, man. It's all about Geno. Can he spread the ball out to both of these receivers? I mean, I would love to see double digits for both of these receivers in this game. I believe the pace of this game is pretty fast. Let me check my notes. Okay, so pretty fast for Atlanta side. So Atlanta's going to probably speed up the ball and allow more opportunities for the Seahawks. So definitely could be 2 double digit, man. Yeah, targets for both of these 2 receivers. So they're definitely big in play. I kind of like Lockett a little bit more though. If Geno can do something like this, what he did last game, man. These 11 targets to Lockett was nice, man. If we can get up there for Lockett, even 9 or so, I could see another 100-yard game for him. But I know he loves DK. It seems like he has more of a chemistry with DK. So I definitely see him trying to fire to him in the end zone and stuff like that if they get to the red zone, like I said, multiple times. On the other side, man, we saw Drake London finally came, man. Came in, man, and like showed up at home, man. Showed up at home against, I'm sure his family was all there. Played his best game of the season. I definitely think he's big in play again. Huge in play again. I believe we have a cornerback might be out for the slot, and it looks like a rookie will be put in for the Seahawks. So if he moves into the slot, man, they could take advantage of it there. If not, Zacchaeus is definitely in play there, but also I feel like Kyle Pitts, they keep trying to line him up with cornerbacks. I don't know why. Like, put him with a linebacker so he can just go deep down the field. He should be huge in play in this game. I feel like since they like to line him up with cornerbacks, they probably will try to line him up with the rookie that's going to be out there for the Seahawks. And so he should be huge in play. This should be a really good game, man. Could be a high-scoring affair game here too as well, man. These 2 late games, man, right there that I just went over, man, could be like very needed, man, of players from these games, man, to win it all. So I just wanted to let y'all know that, man. So when y'all stacking up y'all lineups, and just try to make sure y'all probably get pieces of this game, man, because I just see it's could be a lot of fantasy points, man. It's just a lot to go through. And I know it's hard because we got that Miami game, and I already told you, like, that game there has some big injuries, and we already know the type of receiving options that we have there. We also have the Detroit game and things like that. It's a lot of good games, man, this week, Kansas City and stuff. Like, just a lot of fantasy points. I know it's going to be, you're going to have to get man, like, for real, you're going to have to put a few lineups in, man, seriously, try to play around and get the right stack, man, there. But just wanted to hit on all those injuries, man, this week, man, so that way y'all can build really good lineups this week, man, so y'all can win big. Could be, a double stack to skinny stack type of lineup that wins it all this week, man, depending on if you can really hit on one game, because like that Miami Baltimore game was the game last week. You was able to get, I believe, 4 players from one game, so that was really great because then you only got 5 to go after that. Could be a couple or a few games, matter of fact, at least probably like about 4 games, I think, that could be double stack worthy. If not, though, we do have 13 games back on the slate for this week, like the first week, and the first week was a skinny stack because of something. I feel like because of that, so definitely you might want to be, kind of everywhere and have a little piece of everything. So a skinny stack might be the way to go. If you don't know how to double stack or skinny stack, I literally now have like a playlist now that you can go look at about how to win, and I have my stack video in there so y'all can learn how to stack, man, just to help y'all out, so that way y'all can build the right type of stacks for different slates and things like that. So, but it's your boy Jaystar. Hope y'all enjoyed the full slate strategy show, man. Man, I just want to say thank y'all for all the subscribers, y'all, all the likes, man. I appreciate all y'all, even the comments, man, getting to know all y'all, man. I really appreciate that, man. It's really, man, the channel is growing, man, every day, man. Like, literally new subscribers coming, and I just want to say thank you to all y'all. It's your boy Jaystar, and I'm out. Peace.